Road signs in America. Um, you know, I have called this throughout the years here on my MeWe and Google Plus um, sites. American graffiti, because it kind of reflects America, America in transition, and I find it positive. I found it positive lately. You know, with things going on in this new decade, you know, this graffiti has gotten very destructive and very it's become vandalism, which is sad, and it's not what the boys traveling across the country in the past 4 or 5 years that I have seen meant it to be. What I have found in the last 4 to 5 years, as far as American graffiti is concerned, is a lot of hopes, ideas, aspirations, usually, well, mostly from young men traveling across the country and exploring the country. Um, you find a lot of things um, expressed by these young men. Um, Hopes, dreams, ideas. See if I can pull one up here that is. I love Kochi. You know, a lot of love for women they met while in town, women they knew. Um, Perhaps the one symbol, the one icon, the one word that stands out in the last 4 years among the men, young men that I've noticed around the country is King. I have noticed King and the Star everywhere, in every city, in every town, somehow expressed by the young men going through the town. And, yeah, hey, it's good to be young, you know, it's good to be young. But, in the graffiti I've seen across America, it's not all been public displays of attitude, affection. Um, some of it has been destructive. You know, it's not always been written in the road signs that I have seen across America. Some of the road signs I've seen by these young men, you know, and I have seen it here in Weathersfield for the first time. You know, it's like in 18, you know, I saw bed sheets written by parents, you know, congrats, you know, Sean for, you know, graduating, you know, class of 18. And there was no road signs or railing by the young men then along the road. But since that time, coming back here in 20, I've noticed that there has been a lot of signs of destruction here in quaint little lovely Wethersfield that really have surprised me, and well, no, hasn't surprised me given how I have been treated as a homeless man going through the town of Wethersfield. You know, I have seen busted out windows at restaurants. I have seen busted out windows in grocery stores here in Wethersfield. Now, you don't have your local, your children or neighbors doing that. What you have is young men trying to get through your town and expressing their displeasure at the way they've been disrespected and the way they have been treated by the locals here in Wethersfield. You've gotten in their way as they trying to make their way through to the next town. You diss them, as old school would say. And this is their sign, this is their way of showing, hey, you gotta go home. I don't have one. And therefore, when you go home, restaurant owners or, stop and shop employees, we're going to rate your store and we're going to rate your restaurant with our opinions here. So, anyways, talking about the road, besides destruction from the young men, and the love and the glory that I have seen written on walls everywhere, all over the country, by young men, of their passion for women, their passion for past brothers who have moved on or gone on, and passion for themselves as mighty kings who go from town to town and are kept and appreciated and cherished by the women and the men who take them in and give them a place to stay for the night. I've also seen American Graffiti from just simple things. I mean, it doesn't have to be homeless or, well, maybe it's transient. Who knows? Who's behind this? But, American Graffiti, I found, is not only outside, it can also be inside. Why has there never been soap in the men's room? At libraries, supermarkets. Why has there never been enough toilet paper at certain stores? Why does a Dollar Tree doesn't open on, when the it's supposed to open on, it posted hours. It's why have I gone to Dollar Tree and like, well, the door, on the door it says 9 a.m. There's nobody here. Why does the Goodwill store do the same thing in 2020 that I've dealt with, throughout the country with the Dollar Tree for years and years? It's like, well, I don't know. The Goodwill says it's going to open at 9. It's not. It's still closed here. It's here in Wethersfield. So, you get different types of American graffiti, but all of it is crap, and it's generated by, whoever you want to put the blame on, the city, the town, the locals, the neighbors, the visitors, the transients, the young, the old. Hey, it's a God-fearing American thing that's happened, and it's sad. And no pandemic is going to change it. No pandemic is going to cure it. I talked about, in another vlog about how the pandemic's going to change things. No, it's what I have noticed is, things have just stayed the same. Things have kept online. And it's like, while the pandemic goes on, all it's done is reinforce the glory and the power of the people in housing and in shelter. It's reinforced their control and power over housing. Whether it's Dollar Tree, Goodwill, or the homeless shelter here in Connecticut. Look up your neighbors, man, or crawl to them, because it's gonna rain out here tonight here on my man cove, and that is one steep cliff to climb.